From the very easiest to the hardest, most of the skill moves can make a huge impact in FC24. Every skill move serves a different purpose, so it's crucial to know the most important ones. In today's video, we are going to give you 5 different skill moves for each skill level. I personally gave a lot of hard time to high level players after mastering these moves, and now it's your time. Starting with the ball roll, which is a 2-star skill move. Almost every player in the game can perform this most simple skill move. There are so many uses to it. You can change the ball's direction, which allows you to create a new passing or shooting angle, or shield it away from the opposition player when needed. Simply push the right analog stick either towards your player's left or right to execute a ball roll. But remember, you can't execute this move while running, so make sure you let go of the sprinting button before you execute it. Continuously using the ball roll will allow you to control the ball much better, and since you change the ball's direction most of the time, you will have new angles to play to. First, using the ball roll away from the defender here gives me space and a wider angle for the pass. After receiving the ball, I see the opponent is coming at my way and I see the potential receiver towards the lower side, so I roll the ball there to gain some time to see where the defender is heading to, and in the meanwhile get a more direct passing angle towards my target. So far, so good. Now I want to pass the ball in the center, which is why I execute the ball roll towards there, but the opponent reacts to it and covers the center, which leads me to pass the ball towards the wing again. Even if I don't have a direct passing angle, the ball roll helps me to create a new one, and after the pass, I finally score the goal. For the next level, we have a skill move which can give you a massive burst of speed in short distances, the Stepovers. They require players with 2-star skill moves, and they consist of 2 parts. The first part is the initial move that you can execute with the right analog stick, and the second part is the exit from the move, which is given by the input of your left analog stick. Move the right analog stick towards your player's front side and rotate it 90 degrees towards his left or right to do a normal step over. On the other side, starting the step over from your player's left or right side and pushing the right analog stick towards his front by rotating it 90 degrees will let you do a reverse step over. You can change the ball's direction on the second step of a step over with the help of the left analog stick. This has its uses and you can dodge defenders easily. Simply see where the defender is heading to and the space he is going to open up, and end the step over into that direction with your left stick. However, the most common usage is to execute it straight forward for a speed boost. The trick to that is not to press the sprinting button before the move, but right after you initiate a step over towards forward, you hold on to your sprinting button after seeing the first step being completed. Here I see the massive opening created by the mistake of the defender. I need to get there as soon as possible, so I execute a straightforward step over into that direction, get past the defender easily, and score the goal. Mastering the stepovers can take a little bit of time, which is why we created an in-depth tutorial about how to train them on our application The Guide Plus. If you're interested, check the links in the description. Advancing towards a 5-star skill move that can completely bust the opponents out, the Elastico. This move has 2 variations and they allow you to change the ball's direction 90 degrees by pushing it twice with the same foot. Pushing the right analog stick first towards your player's right and then rotating it 90 degrees clockwise will allow you to execute an Elastico. For the reverse version, simply do the opposite. Push the right stick towards your player's left and then rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise. Both Elasticos can be used to dodge an aggressive opponent over the pitch. If you see one defender coming directly at you, then feel free to use Elasticos because you will be changing the ball's direction rapidly by touching it twice in a short sequence. Even though they work all around the pitch, I mostly use them in or around the box to create deadly scoring opportunities, especially the reverse Elastico. Here is one example. As the pass is traveling towards my winger, who is located straight in front of the box, I take a look at the defender. My opponent wasn't able to switch to him and probably held the second man pressure for too long, which is why the defender rushes towards me. I know that even if he switches to that defender, he will keep coming straight at me. Since I need to dodge him and turn myself towards the goal at the same time, I execute a reverse Elastico immediately and score the goal. Coming to a bit more complicated skill move, the heel to ball roll, which is a 4-star skill move that allows you to protect the ball and change its direction at the same time. To be able to perform a heel to ball roll, simply hold the L1, LB button and push the right stick once towards your player's front side and then right afterwards towards his back. However, that's not the only input you need. You have 2 different exits with this move, so right after the initial execution, you have to use your left stick and point out either towards left or right of the player to select an exit direction. This mechanic is ignored most of the time, but probably is the most important thing about the skill move. Heel to ball roll works perfectly in a 1 versus 1 running duel because you slightly change the angle of the running direction. Executing the move slows you down shortly, but then gives you a diagonal speed boost, which can completely break the balance of the defender and you can get past him. Here, as I receive the ball very close to the box, I see the opponent tries to close off the space ahead of me. There is this tiny little opening that I can go through. Since I know that heel to ball roll makes a slight direction change and gives you a push, I purposely dribble down diagonally, calculating that I will be pushed into the exact direction where the opening is. Executing the move allows me to go through, and I create the perfect angle to score the goal. Now we come to the hardest one, McGeady spin cancel. As you can understand from the name of the move, this move consists of two parts, executing the McGeady spin and cancelling it. But why do we need to cancel this 5-star skill move? The move itself allows you to spin around yourself, pushing the ball 90 degrees either towards the left or right. In tighter situations, it might be real hard to use this, but cancelling the move right in the middle of it gives you a much more control over the ball without pushing it too far away, and instead of pushing it either towards the left or right, you can now select your player's back or frontal side. Here's how to execute it. With a 5-star skilled player, simply push the right analog stick first towards your running direction and then tap it to his right or left. This will initiate the McGeady spin, and right after doing that combo, hold on to your L2 R2 or LT RT buttons together and select an exit direction with your left analog stick. This cancel will give you an extra turning flexibility, and you can turn to your desired direction very rapidly. In fact, this could be the fastest way to make a 180 turn without allowing the opponent to react to it. The best way to use this skill move is to make an opponent believe that you're overcommitting towards one angle. You can find spots to this scenario deep down in the wing or inside the box. Once the opponent overcommits, you can rapidly use the skill move to turn around and dodge the player in front of you. Like I've mentioned, if you want to turn backwards rapidly, this move is a killer. Let the opponent believe that you will be heading to a dangerous spot, force them to overcommit, and execute this beautiful move to leave them no time to react, and use the free space ahead of you, which can lead to a direct chance. Here, as I dribble towards the box, my opponent desperately tries to reach me and makes a run for it. Seeing that, I execute the McGeady spin cancel towards the back, which easily allows me to dodge him. Afterwards, another defender runs at me wildly, and he is going a bit towards the left side, which is why I again execute the move, but this time use the flexibility it has and cancel it towards the right. That again leads to a well-deserved goal. Wondering how we can get to those spots where these moves get so effective? Then click the video which appears on your screen right now and watch the best attacking techniques for each skill level. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.